What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Petty Parade, and here we're talking about our girl Allure today. So I've seen, I was actually streaming the other day, and a couple of people didn't know that she was as amazing as she was. I've also seen her in a lot of people's screenshots on Reddits when they're going, "What's in my box?" So I thought we would do a little Allure showcase today. We're gonna go over her skills, why she's really useful, where you want to be using her, and just some general information about her to, try and push you in the direction of building her if she's collecting dust on your stable. So let's go ahead and jump into the skills. And the first one we're looking at here is the main reason she is used. So obviously, based on this description, you want to build her 100% crit rate so that she has the best chance to get that every time. This is huge. Turn meter reduction is powerful no matter where you're using it in the game, besides places where it's blocked. Um, but this is absolutely essential. This is one of the best monsters for Fire Knight, and that's why. That is a very, very, very strong skill. Um, this isn't bad. This makes her usable in spiders and everything as well. Her first skill, will maybe hit the spider twice, so maybe you'll get 2 turn reductions there. But her utility with turn meter reduction isn't as strong in spiders. However, this is pretty solid no matter where you're using it. Ignoring defense is huge, especially towards later game. A lot of early game damage dealers tend to have really big drop offs once you start getting to, really high end content. Defense scaling monsters do very, very well. That for some reason scales a lot better down the road. But things that ignore defense are also very, very powerful. So this will do you consistent damage throughout your course of the game and however, all the incremental increases of strength that you get as a player. So let's go ahead and take a look at my girl here. I'm back out of all this. Alright, so we're not doing terribly, terribly here. Um, we were able to get her crit rate all the way up, though I'm 5% over. I could technically go in and change a mastery and get a little bit more flat attack, but I'm not going to waste the crystals to do that, and everything will eventually swap out a piece and get a little bit closer to dialed in. We did just out of this spider tournament get this, which is a not a terrible piece. Um, but I definitely want her to be able to survive more in dungeons. Instead of attack here, we went with defense. We can see that's a trip roll defense too. So we're rolling pretty heavy. She's gonna take some boss hits, which is good because that's the only thing we're using it for. But definitely highly recommend getting crit rate gloves. We did our best to get some speed rolls on her because the more she's going, the more that she's getting her advantage. Um, but yeah, we were not successfully able to get a whole lot of speed outside of her boots in a few spots. Definitely want to do crit damage for your necklace so that your third skill hits as hard as it can. Crit damage is very, very valuable for a champion like this that has that kind of damage scaling towards endgame. But all in all, not too terrible. We're still a relatively early game player. I consider early game until you're like, have a 3 minute or under team consistently of like the level 20 dungeons. Everything before that's early game. All right, let's go ahead and show her where she's strong. I think this one's the one that takes. I just cracked into that one. That's going to be like an 8 minute run. So we'll go ahead and just show this on 50. Oh, yeah. And she helps a little bit clear the waves quicker. It'd be nice if that was a higher defense break than just the 30% one. But it's still enough that these people go down pretty fast. As you can see by my numbers, I am not endgame. But you ain't got to be endgame to build a character. correctly. At least for what your resources are, I should say. There's always better. You can see definitely once it gets down to like one or two people on the enemy team, especially with her speed and turn meter boost from Apothecary, you'll start lapping uh, units, and that's a good way of keeping them controlled. Even if you don't have them CC'd up and everything, if their turn meter keeps getting reduced and they can never get their turn, and they're basically, they're as good as stunned. So it usually takes a turn or two before she'll really start. Oh, nope. Or we might start on it early. He might not get a turn again after this. And lands everyone. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So places where I don't know, I do not believe turn meter reduction works in Giants, but that still wouldn't work in Giants because every time you hit one of the health thresholds, he would still do his heavy AOE and then bring his people back to life. So, but Allure is a very, very strong champion. I don't know if I have her accuracy high enough to get into the late teens with her right now, but we're definitely working on it. She's also very useful in all of the essence keeps, but you can use almost anything in those. Those are relatively easy to push your way through. If you had Rosin or anyone that had, AOE turn meter reduction, someone like Allure and him would just stop all teams. You could be doing content where you can't survive the hits, but if they just never go, you're fine. So, just a thing to keep in mind. I'm missing two of my fusion monsters that I need to be able to summon him. One day I'll have my scaly lizard man. One day. Is she gonna go before him, or is he gonna get his turn off? Nah, he's gonna go ahead and yeah, he'll get a turn in before her. Usually it takes. Oh no, oh no, his time has already come, kids. I had no idea. I'm sorry, sir. Can I get a no Danny boy on the mic? So yeah, you should you should build a lure. I'll definitely update this as I'm able to progress further into the game and start using her in more places. Ooh, ooh, that's pretty. That's pretty. I could use a little bit of that. I don't have any Savage Gear yet. But yeah, give you guys one more look at her stats and everything. Um, these are the masteries that I've gone with so far. You gonna open up? Um, fairly certain I'm going Giant Slayer with her, but I'll have to double check. Uh, but yeah, she is definitely, definitely worth building. This person is in your box, and you have not touched her yet. She is a gem. Alright, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and keep this one short. I appreciate y'all stopping by, and I will see you all next time. Deuces.